The great chamber of the Galactic Council fell silent as Ambassador Adnan Khan stepped forward, his weathered face betraying no emotion despite the weight of the moment. Around him, representatives from 100 worlds watched with a mixture of contempt and curiosity. The Zephyrian delegates' crystalline form pulsed with satisfaction, while the Mantari hive mind buzzed with collective disapproval. "By unanimous decree," announced the Council Prime, her voice echoing through the vast hall, "humanity is hereby expelled from the Galactic Council. Your species has been deemed too volatile, too unpredictable for civilized space." Adnan's jaw tightened. 3 years of diplomatic missions, countless negotiations and endless compromises, all undone by humanity's refusal to surrender their military autonomy. The Council demanded that Earth dismantle its fleet and submit to protection under alien oversight. Humanity had politely declined. "This is a mistake," Adnan said quietly, his voice carrying across the chamber. "Humanity seeks only peaceful coexistence and mutual prosperity." The Karathi Prime Minister, his 6 arms gesturing dismissively, spoke with barely concealed disdain. "Your species wages war upon itself. You pollute your own world. You are chaos incarnate. The galaxy will be safer without you." As Adnan walked from the chamber, he felt the weight of history on his shoulders. Behind him, the representatives continued their deliberations, already dividing human space among themselves like vultures picking at a carcass. Diana Rodriguez watched the news feed from her command post aboard the orbital shipyard Prometheus station. As Earth's chief naval engineer, she had anticipated this moment. While the diplomats talked, she had been preparing. "Admiral," called her aide, Lieutenant Commander Torres, "Ambassador Khan's shuttle is requesting docking permission." "Grant it," Diana replied, her fingers dancing across holographic displays. Around her, the massive shipyard hummed with activity. What the Council didn't know, what humanity had kept secret, was the true scope of their industrial capability. When Adnan arrived on the bridge, his diplomatic composure had given way to grim determination. "How long do we have?" he asked without preamble. "The Council fleets will reach the outer colonies in 6 months," Diana replied, pulling up a tactical display. "But they're not expecting what we've built." For decades, while other species had grown complacent in their technological stagnation, humanity had continued to innovate. Their exile from the Council had been anticipated, planned for. The seemingly peaceful merchant vessels patrolling human space were equipped with modular weapon systems. The civilian orbital platforms could be converted to military production in days. Most importantly, humanity had mastered something the other species had long forgotten: adaptability. "Show them," Adnan said simply. Diana smiled grimly and activated the shipyard's external viewports. Stretching into the void were hundreds of vessels under construction. Not the sleek ceremonial ships favored by Council races, but brutal, efficient warships designed for one purpose: victory. The human fleet that emerged from the outer system 6 months later was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Where Council ships were elegant and symmetrical, human vessels were angular and predatory. Where alien fleets moved in rigid formations, human squadrons flowed like hunting packs. The first engagement came at the Kepler mining colony. A Zephyrian battle group expecting easy conquest found themselves facing Captain Sarah Chen's Third Fleet. The aliens' energy shields, considered impenetrable, proved useless against humanity's kinetic weapons. Their plasma cannons, devastating against traditional armor, barely scratched human ablative plating. But it wasn't just superior technology that won the day. It was human ingenuity. When the Mantari deployed their infamous swarm tactics, Commander Alex Rivera's pilots responded by using their ship's manufacturing capabilities to produce countermeasures in real time. When the Karathi attempted to jam human communications, the fleet seamlessly switched to quantum entanglement networks that couldn't be interrupted. Within a year, the tide had turned completely. The Council's member worlds, accustomed to centuries of peace, found themselves unable to match human industrial output or tactical flexibility. While they deliberated in committees and sought consensus, human forces struck with lightning precision. Adnan stood on the bridge of the flagship Terra Invicta as it entered orbit around the Galactic Council's capital world. Below, the once mighty representatives who had dismissed humanity now cowered in their towers, their fleets broken, their confidence shattered. Incoming transmission from the Council Prime, reported the communications officer. The hologram materialized, the same being who had pronounced humanity's exile. Now her dignified bearing was replaced by desperate fear. Ambassador Khan, surely we can reach an accommodation. The Council is prepared to discuss terms. Adnan looked to Diana, who stood beside him, her engineer's mind already calculating resource allocations for the new territories they would soon govern. Around them, human officers, men and women from every corner of Earth and her colonies, awaited his decision. The time for discussion is over, Adnan replied. You called us chaos incarnate. You said the galaxy would be safer without us. He paused, watching as human ships took up positions around the capital. You were right about one thing, we are chaos. But chaos is just another word for change, and change is something this galaxy desperately needed. The transmission ended. In the silence that followed, Diana spoke quietly. The Terran Empire is born. Adnan nodded, watching as the first human transports began their descent to the capital world. Humanity had been exiled for being unpredictable, for refusing to conform. In response, they had done what they did best. They had adapted, innovated, and overcome. The galaxy would learn, as Earth's enemies always had. Never underestimate the species that turned exile into empire, that forged strength from adversity, and that refused to kneel before any power in the universe. Humanity had come home to the stars, not as supplicants but as conquerors,